Alright, sorry, what's up everyone? Let me say what's up. I know you guys have been waiting for a while, sorry, just my evening got very chaotic out of nowhere. What up Death Tyrant, what up Jtega, what up Iotunde, what up Gambler, what up Donald Trump, sorry to keep the president waiting, what up Tycho, what up Muno, what up Chowdhury, what up Garrett, what up Ricky Cole, what up Jeff Ketchum, what up Chris Logan, what up Mac Ellenberg, what up Rada Bing, what up Ken, what up Alex Garcia, what up Charlie, what up Chris, what up Jonathan Dugmore, what up Kenshin OO, what up Alpha Fire, what up Young Gent, what up 89 Sija, oh my god, I'm so far behind, I can't even get to everyone, what up Jacob, what up Roman, what up Cooking Wheat, what up Mara, what up Alex Garcia, what up Jtega, what up Josh, what up Magustus, what up Leo, what up Luke, what up Robert, what up Ty, why are you big dumb? I just want your opinion. I was born big dumb and I've been fighting it ever since. What up Manuel Melendez, what up Skelax, what up Douglas, what up Theo, everyone who, I forgot you, what up Margos, what up Heavy Queen, what up Dylan, what up Blue Fox Ghost, what up Clone Troop, what up Skelac, what up Kent, what up Paul, what up Yes It's True, what up Joshua Minharis, may the 4th be with you as well. Got my Star Wars shirt on here. What up Dominic, what up Max, what up Razor, what up Chris, what up Bro, what up Lucifer, oh my god, what up Luke, what up Other Leo, what up Serpent Soldier, anything on More Save Squads? Yeah, if you watch the dev interview from the weekly news update I did with Valley Flying, they said they are going to get us more in the next patch, not necessarily the day the next patch hits, but sometime during the next patch. Good to know, Mr. H. I have not had dinner yet. What up Rocky Mountain High? What up Adam? What up Shadow Killer? What up Brooke? What up Simon? They put anniversary credits in the Arena Daily Reward. Awkward. What up Kill'em? What have we here? Someone added me for something. Alliance Wars opponents. I don't think that's who we're at war with. Who are we at war with? I heard. If you have Ultimus and Run on the same team, they give 20% max health. Does the team get 40%? Yes. Look well rested. I am well rested. Oh, okay, yeah, it is who we're against. But yeah, it's a bummer. Nice haircut, thank you. Started the game, stopped, came back, and the arena is way hard. Try to jump the meta, that's all you can do. Ready to claim your anniversary credits? Oh yeah. We will undergo maintenance tomorrow. So new update tomorrow. Bonus stream equals live now. The Alliance War gameplay. Dark Dimension 3 Q&A and more. But yeah, this was gonna be like a nice long stream with a couple roster reviews at a minimum, and now it's gonna be the fastest stream ever because I got a mystery project. If you've been following my content for a while, you may have an idea for what a mystery project refers to. It refers to, of course, a project that is a total mystery, can't be discussed. Yeah. Okay. Alright. New Hello Kitty game. Shh. Why do you call it a bonus stream? Because it's not guaranteed. I was this close to being like canceling the stream last minute because I have that mystery project to work on. So if I would have canceled the stream, then it wouldn't have been like, what the heck, you were supposed to be streaming. Like, no, I do bonus streams when I can. But I call it a bonus if I consider it not held to a rigid schedule. Puppy cam on ice. Yeah, we'll see. No, I'm not having a kid. Alright, so let me get the link to this stream. I forgive you, New Morgan. Bonus stream equals live now. Send that out. Okay. Okay, was that published? If that was published, I think we're good. Yes, it was. Alright, I think we are good to start. Alright. Should continue discussing that which should not be discussed? Sure. Did you guys tell me anything about the sound of the game being off all the time? No, I believe they're aware of the sound issues, and I could be wrong here, but I believe Mystery Project will be a video. I believe that, and I could be totally talking out of my ass here, but I think the issues with the sound are exclusive to older devices. And so their opinion on that is like, well, eventually people will stop using older devices and that will stop being an issue. It could be wrong, but I think the new update for Mercenaries will break Killmonger from the Wakandans, or was this a stupid question? It's entirely possible, but the thing is, like, the Wakandans would then be a four-piece. Like, Killmonger's like the best part of the Wakandans. Like, Killmonger and Shuri are your star 2 performers. So if you were to take Killmonger off, then you just don't have Wakandans, really. There's not a good replacement. It's not old devices? I'm not sure then. I've had sound issues before, but they're always very fleeting and they always get fixed like the very next update. Like a little hot fix or something. They never last. Thanks, Ryan, but I don't think I can. And even so, it's Star Wars Day, so... I think an orange essential list could be done for the top 5 raid teams. They have a ton of overlapping characters and alternates and stuff. So basically, there's nothing that is essential that isn't already on the orange essential for the individual characters. What it is like, if you're using Shuri, one of Shuri's abilities, if you put T4s on it, it guarantees she gives ability energy to Wakandans. So like if you're in raid, you don't need it. But basically, if you do everything on the orange essentials list for those characters, worst case scenario, you'll have done too much, but you will not have to worry about having done too little. So, and you can just kind of read. I mean, if the upgrade seems like it's something that only applies to their team and won't help you much in raid, don't do it.
I'm not sure that's entirely true. You haven't got Scientist Supreme special on the orange essentials. It's essential for AIM. But I'd say it's pretty essential for E7.
It's strong. I might, if I'm gonna update it for Ultima 7, I'm gonna update it overall. But I'm still on the fence with that one. I did go ahead and do it, so I may change it to essential overall, but that would just be an update. But I mean, I was able to do well without it, so. Call offers tomorrow? No way. Taskmaster.
They always do the event campaign first, don't they?
I'm guessing. I mean, we got the thing saying Taskmaster coming soon, so.
That too, yeah.
We didn't get anything saying call coming soon. Also, I'm gonna lose this, I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh, there it is. Nolsmith at 5 red stars crushed DD3 like Ultron did for DD2? Probably not.
I'm pretty sure this new alliance I just joined is coming up from being a shell alliance, by the way.
William, that is not the most embarrassing thing because you realized it. I had someone else write me a whole rant message about how my video was wrong for telling people that they should upgrade those stats, and I was so stupid that I didn't even realize they weren't there. And then I got to explain to that person, have you considered scrolling? And then they went, I'll leave you alone now. How can Baku be better when Jugger can play his head? What? I actually did watch the final Clone Wars episode. Everyone was telling me that the season was so good and so crazy and I had to watch it. So I did. It certainly wasn't bad.
Yeah, we're punching down about 15 million more today.
Enjoy the free win.
I think I will.
How's things
I
going
feel
tonight?
bad, though.
You feel
Sorry?
bad because they don't have a chance?
Well, no, I mainly feel bad because I think we're coming up from being a shell alliance.
I mean, you didn't do it.
No, it wasn't me. But
And when you say coming up, if they've decided to stop being a shell alliance, that's what you want for them, right?
true as well, but it still sucks for our opponents.
If it ever happened to you.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts. Every once in a while, we'll get in a war that, you know, just like it's a free win. But we've also had wars where it's like, you know, we have no hope here. So if I get put in wars where I have no choice, I'm definitely gonna lose. Then I'm not gonna be that outraged when I get put in wars where I'm definitely gonna win. I wish neither happened, but
It's a fair
you
point.
accept both or you accept neither. No.
Yeah.
I actually got good sleep. I was planning on having like a nice long stream. I was gonna get some roster reviews done, and then I got a mystery project dumped in my lap. So I actually have to kind of speed through this stream, which is already mildly inconvenient because there's a war going on, and we're going for a 100% run of Ultimus 7. Like, it's a lot of content that I don't want to speed through, but it's that or get no sleep. And then tomorrow's patch day, so I'm not gonna miss tomorrow's stream. Like, I have to be in full force for that one. Show me something good.
Mr. H, this is the end of my day. I stay up late. Usually go to bed after I take my kids to school.
Okay, grab that. Your kids are still allowed to go to school?
No, but
Oh,
got
okay.
used to this sleep cycle now. Plus, it
Hey.
allows me to watch your content.
Works for me. I'll take tachyons. No, I won't. Just kidding. Does lower graphics make the game run better? Allegedly. I think that's what it's for.
Yeah, so apparently we got top 50 war seasons the last 3 seasons, and yet we've only just got into Gold 3, so that has to be a shout light.
Makes sense. think that got me. Yeah, that's another gold orb as well. And then this we're looking at. Okay. I don't think I'll need the raid health packs, so I'm just going to go ahead and claim. Even though we're going for 100% Ultimate 7. 2 glaive, 1 gold offer worth it? I'm going to get it. I don't know if I would say that it's like super worth it, but it's a slightly better value than if you were to buy his orbs for 675. If I get those 2 offers, even if I have the absolute worst luck, worst case scenario, I'll have to buy 1 675 orb, and then I get him at 6 star. So I'm going to do that for that reason, so I can show you him 6 star. Who don't you have maxed? In terms of what? Oh, star-wise? A lot of people, but they're almost all new. Almost everyone new, and then like Black Bolt and frickin'... The one person that it makes no sense that I don't have maxed yet is Ravager Bruiser. I'm still working on Ravager Bruiser. For some reason, I just have not gotten like any of his drops or anything. Could not tell you why. Of course, I got none. Okay. What up, Fresh? Okay, claim that. Alright, then I just have to do Blitz. So we're done with those dailies. Is Ultron still considered god tier for mid-game players? Absolutely. Ultron is arguably still a top 5 character in the game. He's still a one-man army. I suspect his stock will take another little hit next patch when summoners will have their summons translate their gold star, red star, gear tier, Stark tech, etc. You seen Cull's kit? Everyone's seen Cull's kit. MSF.gg.
Surely that will make Ultron better.
Why? Ultron doesn't have red stars. Why would it improve his summons?
Oh shit! Yeah, of course it does. Yeah, not bad.
Oh man, I wanted to use my Kree team, but this has the disrupted. How strong are they? 387. It might make more sense to let someone else attack this just because of the power.
How big's your spider?
408. They're stronger, but
Good work.
yeah, they can win. I can try it. I forget though. What is the I've seen Spider-Verse fight in Asgardians a couple different ways.
I think last time you decided on not doing the Greg thing.
Did we win? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you
What
won
up,
quite
E-Dash?
easily with rewinding.
Mackenzie's been in our alliance for a bit, yeah. You said I did win last time or no?
I'm pretty sure you won by rewinding saves quite easily. Because
okay.
you managed to get a disrupt on her as well before she went.
Okay. Goodbye, Spider-Man. Okay, let's rewind ya. Cool, got the slow. Very unfortunate heal blocks on all the key members there. Yeah, now they're not going to get any healing, so we're going to be in a lot of trouble, basically. We're just going to die painfully. It's the only way I really see this going is, oh, yep, goodbye Carnage. I think we're toast, but no Carnage means no speed and no healing. And now we got Venom stunned. Trying to wait and see. Oh, okay, yeah, it won't matter. Yeah, just very unfortunate heal blocks there. Well, perhaps it's better to do it the other way.
6-1, I think.
Cool.
Yes, you should T4 all of Ultron's abilities.
Most except for of the coming update, live PvP. All is good.
Spider-Verse just really needs debuff clear.
Oh no. Double oh no. Okay, we went with the same strat this time, but let's just see where Heimdall goes, basically. Oh, nice. At least that got dodged. Okay, and those heal blocks aren't the end of the world, so maybe that'll do it.
The third strategy is to try and disrupt Sif. First time.
Oh, again though, Carnage got popped. If Carnage gets popped, and I'm not able to disrupt her. If I rewind her, I'm not able to disrupt her because she goes into stealth. Loki just hides her. So.
Yeah, I think you got the lucky. I think it just luckily went on her when you did it last time.
And now with no Carnage. Okay, well, so then that was a terrible strategy. I should have done it the original way where I ability block her. I'm gonna rule this a double fail. This is two wasted attacks on this now. And this is an on war. I shouldn't be experimenting. No more experimenting. You say you're supposed to kill Greg. That's how I normally do it. I'm gonna stop screwing around and just take this team out.
The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math.
Shouldn't have talked you into it.
Again, the hitting the Gregs and giving them the speed so you can ability block Sif probably would work decently well, but it's still just Loki throwing them into stealth before Thor is dead. The thing is, anything I use here is too strong and a waste, but whatever, it's not a big enough waste, so. Start hitting Greg after slowing Sif.
If you're just going for a focus versus resist with the inverted block, you might as well try the resist with Miles instead. The disrupt with Miles.
The thing is, Venom gets 100% extra focus, I believe, from having Spider-Verse allies.
Oh yeah, he does actually. He just needs to have himself actually, I think.
Yeah, he does get it solo.
If you can get the disrupt to land her, that's better, because she wastes her turn as well. And you don't have to ruin the whole spreading thing.
Yeah, this is just wasteful is all. Damn it, they didn't even get the heal block to stick on Johnny, or he would have flipped it into a death proof.
Johnny would be better with lower resistance.
Unfortunately,
Apart from for blows,
right.
I guess.
Well, it's everything else. It gets the health, the damage, etc. It's still worth, but yes, if you could just lower his resistance stat, he might be a little bit better. It depends. I'd have to look, but I think it benefits him more to suffer a debuff, because some of them he doesn't suffer at all, but like slows, he still suffers, and
Defense down would be the only other one, I think.
yeah, I think there's one more.
I guess disrupt.
Right, disrupt until he can flip it. But will you be able to talk about show your mystery project? No, then it would be not a mystery project. I mean, I will eventually.
He's so fast though anyway, defense downs barely will be on him.
Why the Colossus T4 on basic drop from 4 to 3 stars? Because of how infrequently he actually basics. We were thinking his counterattacking would happen a bit more, but it ends up just not making a significant enough difference. Like, the original idea was that 2 turns of offense down is way better than 1 turn of offense down, but he doesn't basic or counterattack that much. His reflect damage is separate. For some reason, and I don't remember if this is the case, but we might have been confusing his, I guess I should have looked at what the new room is. We might have been confusing his reflect damage early on. I think he was, like, the first character to do reflect damage, and we might have thought that that was going to be a counterattack instead of a reflect. You know, wail out on Taskmaster? Every new character, man.
His Punisher's retaliation, that's slightly different.
There's anyone, if the passive specifies the ability, if it doesn't say, like, gain counterattack, if it says, like, counterattack for X damage in the ability, then it's its own thing. I don't know if they can win that.
Don't expect.
Well, I have to make up for things that went poorly.
That's how you go down the rabbit hole with thinking like that. I've done it a few times myself.
Well, again, I'm taking this because I think they can. Might be wrong. This might go poorly, but let's see what happens. They just have to not fall apart. I'm thinking the defense ups will save them. Mercenary minion, do you think will get dropped like Hydra Boomer? Who the hell is Hydra Boomer? Can I ask MSF to refund my Colossus basic T4 because Casino changes the rating? Nope. It's not bad if you have it. It's still very strong. Oh, that's a lot of speed. That's gonna work out decently. How? Oh, Goblin. Oh, Goblin, you son of a bitch. Can we get it? Can we get it? They... okay, now that's gone. Let's get rid of the deflects that are over here. Okay, the 1 counter, that's fine. Oh, I forgot all the stripping of the buffs. He did that before he even got the offense up. This is happening before the offense up also. Now we got offense up.
He doesn't get offense up anyway.
I know. I just meant that it was crazy how early he did it. I'm glad War Machine goes right away in this instance. Okay, you just lost your offense up as well, but that's okay. Only 1 left. And like that, got a 90k punch up. Alright, see? That risk was worth taking. Come on, give me my mouse back. Give me my mouse back. I don't know if it's my mouse driver or something else, but my mouse just freezes up for like 5 seconds at a time, and it happens randomly like once an hour. He means Hydra Grenadier. Aren't we assuming they're making changes to mercenaries? And who says that you're going to use minions anyway? Maybe you'll use mercenary characters like Bullseye, Kingpin.
It's an impossible question to answer.
Doesn't stop people from asking.
Well, I have to say, though, the response sounded awful Ringer-like. Quote from the movie The Ringer. When the hell did we get ice cream?
Oh, yeah. I love that line, I really do. I guess with Taskmaster coming, I'll work on skill gear. Who down here is skill?
Richie, even the #1 player in the game will have to punch up in war because the defenses get more boost than offenses.
Raid supplies. I'll take him. Who's your lowest tune?
I think I know this.
Probably a Ravager minion, if I had to guess. It is Ravager Bruiser. But when I get him to higher 7-star, which I will eventually, then it'll be Merc Sniper. Is working on the Core 3 Asgard's a bad idea for DD2? No. Okay. Let's jump back into war, see if I can grab another attack.
I'm pretty sure Loki and Thor take the same unique though, don't they? They both take over, I think.
I don't know. Ronin and minions good enough to take out Cosmic Campaign? Yeah, they're not worth the investment. They can do it, but they're not worth the investment, I don't think. For how strong you'd have to take them, but they definitely can. But the thing is, if you don't have to use the minions. If you have other Kree characters like Minerva or Captain Marvel, you can use them, and then how much you have to invest goes down dramatically. Ooh, nice try. Okay, hopefully that gave me the energy I need for another attack. Ronin is underrated. Ask Mackenzie about the Trump Tower Alliance days I was with her in the one. Will do. What up?
Have you heard the latest about Lion King? Or Lion King, Tiger King?
You mean how Carol Baskins got tricked into her interview?
Actually newer than that. Apparently, Nicolas Cage is set to play Joe Exotic in the movie.
I do, Kioma. Who is?
Nick Cage.
Really?
He's the one, besides Christopher Walken, if Walken was younger, he's the craziest bastard I could think of to play it.
A lot of people were saying David Spade, and I think David Spade would have crushed it as well, but...
If they were making it like a Joe Dirt kind of movie, yeah, I believe.
How could it not
kind
be?
Of comedy. Well, I mean, I think Nick Cage could play crazy really well, and so now they could make it a little more dramatic / comedic. You know what I mean? Whereas David Spade, it would just be straight comedy. You know.
Yep.
I know David Spade from Emperor's New Groove, and I think that's it. I'm not even sure I know what he looks like.
Wow, you never seen any of the movies he did with Chris Farley or anything? Those two were like hot for about a 3 to 5 year span, something like that.
No, I have not.
What was that?
But I have seen a lot of Disney movies, especially Emperor's New Groove. It's a fantastic film.
What was the plan here? You got 3 characters that do burst and brought in all squishy people. Okay. Okay. What?
But Captain Marvel always wins, doesn't she?
No. On the one hand, I want to take this Asgardian team out, because the sooner we can down Armory, the better. But there won't be any Super War today, because I have to really hurry up with this stream. I have a mystery project I have to work on. But, Gary Busey would be interesting? Yeah, maybe. Dax looks like him.
Dax Shepard is a little too tall, maybe.
Yeah. Some of them do, Devin. I think my... Well, let me see. If they're 4'11", the defense they would have anyway. This is 345, and then when I put CM on it, it comes out to what? 382. The problem is it's all Hela, and it being all Hela is the scary part. It wouldn't be unwinnable, but a giant Hela makes it quite a pain for a punch up. Punch across, yeah. This is like pushing it. This would be like the full extent. I keep every time I try Supernatural it fails. Oh come on. Why? 150k punch up? Come on, dude. They're all gonna have... Come on. I'll do the Kree team into that if I have no choice, but like we gotta get this room down as quickly as possible. Whatever. This one I can hit Supernatural with. Or this one I can hit with Supernatural, rather. As long as Captain Marvel doesn't pick Doctor Strange, should be fine. So let's hope for that. Captain Marvel, please don't pick Doctor Strange. I could play Tiger King? No way. Danny McBride, eh. We'll get a new chapter for each campaign. I don't think they said anything about Cosmic or Mystic. I mean, eventually we will, but I don't think we should expect it anytime soon. I think they just said Heroes, Villains, and Nexus.
Could you see a brand new, like I don't know what they're called, but like a brand new campaign, not just a new chapter of the novel?
There was originally going to be a city campaign, so yeah, I could see it.
Interesting.
He's gonna shield throw. I guess if we can stop him from taunting, that'll be good. Cool. Nice. Alright, I like it, I like it. What can we flip here? Very good flips. What can we make stick? Shuri will stay blind. Captain. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Alright, we're gonna get the 30k punch up with Supernatural. I'm okay with that.
That's a big Killmonger.
They're all big. This is the enemy team of like, I have these characters big. That's this team. Look at the Mordo focus doing work on the Captain Marvel. What are you, blind? Hulk still has to taunt. Oh no, sure you bitch. Uh-oh. That broke his taunt. Now we can kill her. He'll drop below 50% because of this. Oh, maybe not if Shuri heals him, which I actually prefer if we can save him for last. Let's get a nice offense down on him. Oh, we got a slow? Alright, so he's not going for a while. Unless we give him all that turn meter. I thought he could take a hit better than that. He must not be that big.
Ow.
Well, go ahead, heal up. He doesn't have defense up, so. Get back here. Auto fight. Finish this off. Thank you. I don't think we're supposed to get someone new boosted in Red Star Orbs today since the new patch is tomorrow. So I think you have one day of it being normal odds, and then tomorrow around 5 p.m. Pacific time, or whenever, it'll probably update.
I think it's noon. It's supposed to be noon Pacific.
Are they still there? I think you should streaming it more. I will be streaming more Marvel Super War when I have time, but when there's big stuff going on in Marvel Strike Force, I have to do Marvel Strike Force right at the present. I was able to play a little bit of Super War. I actually called Comcast to see what the hell is going on with my internet. I basically told them, like, I'm paying for your highest tier of residential internet that you guys have available. I can't be constantly failing to reach YouTube, and it's possible it's an issue on YouTube's end, but let me make sure it's not an issue on our end. So they said that they looked into it and it should be better. But whatever this final team is, I'm just going to guess that it's like a Hydra team or something. I have an attack for it.
I mean, if they said it was better, then was it actually a problem on their end?
They didn't say that. They were just like, if there were any issues, what we've done should clear it up. We reset a bunch of your stuff, so if it were our issues, like, we don't see anything. We're not making any conscious decisions, but...
Who took that Asgard team?
Which state is home for you? I still consider Florida home. I'm currently in California. Excuse me, and I've been here for like the last like 5 or 6 years, and I plan to stay here. Not that I'd never move. I I would move out of the country, really, if the right opportunity presented itself. But I'm between California and Florida. I was born and raised in Florida and lived there the first 26 years of my life. So Florida is home for me. Like, when I go back to Florida, I'm like going back home. But between the two, I'll take California every time.
Who took down that Asgard team? The 411 one?
Pretty Pete X-Mend it.
Reasonable.
What's that circle thing do in Skeeve's room? Skeeve's room? Circle thing. Don't know what you mean. That? I can't.
Apparently you didn't get any defense wins, Casino.
Maybe the blue circle thing, like across from his name.
The what now? That? That means target it. It's an alert to tell your alliance focus that room. Yeah, I'll show you how that looks. So you see how there's a target there? That target means we're targeting that room.
Is this war a punch-up for you?
I believe... I don't know if it's a punch-up for us. It might be a punch-down. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like it's a punch-down. The only two losses I had because I was experimenting with Spider-Verse against Asgardians, trying to fight it a different way than the way I'm used to fighting it.
Huh.
Which I shouldn't do.
I'm pretty sure I got an offer to join this alliance, actually.
But
or at least someone in their cluster.
they've come out swinging.
There must be someone in their cluster.
You don't have to be an officer to see it. Oh, maybe you do for the option to select it. I gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. Alright, well, I got one more attack for now, so let me, Marauders plus Ultron. Or we got 349 Kree. What are my defenders at right now? 320? They have...
You mean I actually have a team stronger than you?
I hope so. By the time the defenders got reworked, I already had Fury Shield, so it didn't make sense to make them very strong. Why'd you take Kree over Maraudertron? Fine, I'll take Maraudertron. Well, Hellfire took it. I'm just trying to find matches that I have teams that make sense to use. It's not that I can't beat Maraudertron, it's my X-Men and my Inhumans aren't worth it. My Spider-Verse aren't guaranteed to kill it. My Brotherhood are best saved for Fury Coulson. I don't want to use my Avenger Hybrid or my Sinister Six. Sinister Six aren't guaranteed to take it down, so... What team took out that Red Skull team? I'm sure it was an Inhumans team. We have plenty of Inhumans. Someone is reverbing bad. Stop the reverb. They do cleanse. I don't know if AIM wins this, but I'm willing to try. Did he mute or...
He just left.
He just left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to use pure aim versus Maraudertron. No way. No way. 51k below us in TCP? Oh, so it's basically even TCP. They seem to be buying more attacks out the gate, but I'm not sure. His resistance is so crazy. Let's try it, though. Oh, we got it. Wow. Alright. There's a win.
Man, I love Graviton. He's so cool.
Yeah. Graviton makes this team do well. Goodbye, Ronan. Alright, I believe the bleeds will kill him. I'm gonna throw an auto fight here. Got him. My Graviton dies on Aimtron. What would be your placement for them? I don't use them. Yeah, AIM are terrific. I've been trying to tell people for a while, AIM are terrific. I think AIM were like the best rework. Of all the teams that have been reworked, AIM got the best rework because they got a great niche. They didn't become like the new top team, but they came like surprisingly competitive. And they successfully made their rarest and named characters be the standout members as well. So there was just a lot of good going on there. Alright, last thing I'm going to do is check how the participation is going. Then going to jump into raid. Alright, so in terms of attacks, I'm at 6. They have another guy at 6, 2 5s, and we have some 5s. Oh, maybe we're pretty even in attacks, which means maybe we're screwing up more. Yeah, lots of teams both have tons of people at 0. Alright, so defend victories. They have a 5. We have a 3, they have a 3. We each have a 2, and then we have another 2 and a 1, and they have 1s. We have 1. So yeah, we're about even in terms of attacks and defenses. We're about even. So my guess is that we're keeping pace. What did Hellfire lose against Maraudertron with? I didn't see.
It was AIM.
Oh, yeah, I don't like AIM into Ultron. Ultron gets cleansed and then just zaps someone, and if he zaps someone vital, that'll shut everything down.
Didn't take anyone vital until near the end.
Oh, and you try to punch up. Like, if you're gonna do that, at least go even powered. Gear tier 14 Ultron, man. I don't like that matchup. Yeah, I'm sure they took out more forms. You say AIM crushes Kree? I mean, they don't crush them. They're better than them. They should beat them, but Ronin has crazy resistance, and Ronin will clear debuffs off people, and then they can fire back and hit pretty hard. Would you use a 6 red star Infector instead of a 3 red star Rifleman AIM? I would use anything over an AIM Rifleman because they don't even exist. They're going to be really useless. But there's no minion I would use Infector over. No existing minion I'd use Infector over. Copied your Falcon? He ults first turn, don't worry. You just gotta kill the clone by second turn.
His special and ult should really swap around. His special's so much better.
Tell that to the thing.
Him too, yeah. Well, that's more about the cooldowns though, isn't it?
No, the special is like a 3-turn cooldown and does more damage. The ult is just longer to do for less damage.
How does it? Oh, it does less damage with the T4 and the special, I think.
T4 in both. Special's better.
I don't have T4 in either. I think the
Dude, the
ult's still
T4
better.
special is so good.
Yeah.
It's way worth it.
I have a limited number of T4s.
Why do you need to take Mark Rekar to be effective? It depends on what you're saying effective against. Effective in the villain campaign, 30k will probably do great. Effective against your opponents having 6 red star characters? No, 30k is not going to cut it. But, I mean, you can do the math. That 430k Marauder team, I have them on defense. Is offense better for them? I like them on defense just because if you make them strong enough. Well, let me see if I can find this image that should answer your question. You can absolutely use them to great effect on defense, no doubt. But I think I have these screenshots. Yeah. Okay, posting the MSF chat. So, oops, dang it. I hope that does not still trying to open. No, don't open. The misclick of death. Close. Thank you. Alright, so start off combat cancel against full Marauders and Merc Riot Guard, which 353k with a 46k Riot Guard repelled a Colossus, or sorry, a Cyclops X-Men with a 94k Phoenix. Then came back in with the same X-Men and took down everyone but Mr. Sinister and Mystique. I don't know why it was showing here as Mystique dead, because Mystique was not dead. So I don't know why. Oh, okay, they were in reverse order. Sorry. So then they brought in Inhumans, but with Wasp instead of Black Bolt to try the 2v5, and they killed only Mystique. Then they brought in this 196k scrap team and couldn't kill just Sinister. Then they brought in an Aimtron team and couldn't kill... Oh, that's what they killed Sinister with. Sorry. Then they brought in a full Brotherhood team, or a Brotherverse team, and couldn't kill just Sinister. And then they Aimtron him. Yeah, these screenshots make it confusing, the order in which it happened, because it's from bottom up. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defensive wins out of Marauders right there. So there's just always that chance for Mr. Sinister to get the right clone and dismantle the enemy offense. Like you just heard one of my Alliance mates be like, "Damn it, he cloned my Falcon." Any T4 is worth it for 6 Red Star Ronin? I do have an Orange Essentials infographic for the Kree minions. Wakanda beats OG Avengers in Alliance War? Wakanda, of course they do. What? Of course they do. Please explain to me how Brotherhood didn't win. I'm shocked. I believe...
That surprised me too, to be fair.
I believe the clone was Venom? And I think Venom just kept healing and being healed. I think they were trying to focus out Venom because he got cloned, but he has a decent amount of health as a clone, and he kept getting healed by Sinister, and then ability blocking and spreading and causing bleeding, and I think he just dismantled them.
Surely you just open up with the mag special on Sinister, and he doesn't go for a while. You got time to burn him out.
I don't know how they played it. The clone was Juggernaut? Oh, that could make sense.
There's not much point opening with the ult because his clone is unavoidable. Assuming he had his clone ready.
Oh, Juggernaut and then Venom? Yeah, I think maybe that was it. I think they got stuck on Juggernaut for a while, and they were trying to kill the Juggernaut, but the Juggernaut kept getting healed, and then they got a Venom clone. Juggernaut had that immunity, so even if they tried to blind him, it wouldn't have worked. I have Merc Riot Guard with them. So I agree with that, but I also don't. Offensive teams only ever get you one win. Any team that can reliably get multiple wins should be on D. That's philosophically, that's not entirely inaccurate, but there's a lot of teams that you have to have. Like, if you don't have them, you're probably going to have to waste multiple attacks on offense. A perfect example is like the X-Men. If you put X-Men on defense, they're almost always going to get you one defensive win. But it's not worth giving up that trump card for offense. Like, you need to be able to pull that X-Men ace. Same is true of Inhumans. Like, the Inhumans will almost always get you one defensive win, but it's better to just have them to take out Red Skull teams.
Brotherhood as well.
Brotherhood are a bit easier to counter these days, but...
Actually, yeah, I suppose you could just take Rhino too.
Even power armor are decently scary on defense. Just there's teams where if they can beat most things on offense and they're decently versatile, it pays to. The bigger thing you're looking for is are they likely to get at least one defensive victory, and if misplayed against, do they have any ability to recover and finish stronger than they were? Because if they can finish stronger than they started, like, otherwise you can just keep chipping away at a team. Even if they're a strong team, you can just throw teams at it until they're dead. But if you have to throw a strong enough team at it, otherwise they finish with more health than they started, then you get just stuck sitting around waiting for someone else to show up with the team to take them out. Yeah. If they have sustain, they're more likely going on defense. Alright, can do 2 more Ultima 7 nodes here. This is our 100% push here. So.
I remember when War first came out, I was in the situation where everyone at my level had massive defenders and not much else. And the defenders could actually be pretty tricky to take down. Especially if you got a few Iron Fist hit procs.
Proxima, you definitely want to T4 her special. And then you probably want to T4 her ult as well. Should I put Coulson on my shield team for what? On defense? Absolutely. Which minion should I replace? Trooper and Operative can be replaced on defense. Oh, I don't know why I did that instead of the ult. That was a misclick. Not the end of the world, but that was the wrong ability. Don't do that.
Have you guys hit 100% before? I can't remember.
No, I did my entire lane and it wasn't too bad. I literally went from the first node to downing the final boss and did no shared nodes with anyone. I had like 94 million damage, and it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, I remember you doing that on stream. I just didn't know if between then and now if you guys had done it or not.
Nope. This is our last chance, presumably. Kenny, thank you for the $10. This is our last chance, presumably, because they're adding in the raid difficulty selector. So I'd been saying I want to, in case the difficulty changes, I want to 100% it at its current difficulty.
Everyone must be saving so you can whale out tomorrow.
Good call, because who knows if even the median of the selector is now more difficult than what this is.
I believe the median of the selector is exactly what this is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's either the median or between the median and the top. But there will be a difficulty that is the same, but I didn't know that when I originally decided this, which was, I just said, like, before this goes away, I want 100% this. But the way it's worked out now is we would have had one chance if it weren't for the fact that we can then set it to the same difficulty, but assuming this is so bad, man. I was trying to fix the stream. I don't even know what happened in the raid. I guess we finished the node. I don't know what cooldowns I have available or anything, though. Well, everyone's full health. I guess it went okay.
It's back, but it appears like a really bad connection for me. Like it's all blurred.
144p. Let's go.
Dude, it's like nothing's changed with my internet. It's just YouTube saying like, we're not getting anything. Like, well, why? I'm sending the exact same thing I was sending 12 seconds ago. Nothing's changed. So. Oh my.
YouTube has a lot of their ingestion server.
Yeah, I mean, I might just not be able to stream on their site. Like, I don't know. Might just have to go back to Twitch. I'm not sure what else I can do. Oh my god. I wish they would just kill Ultron so I can revive him with Death Proof. He's not been able to do anything.
Why does the advanced settings keep going back to default like every other day? It's really fucking irritating.
Yeah, that's been happening to me too. I don't know why that's happening. Hope you're having a good Monday. I am. Yeah, looks like we're back.
Yeah, you're back.
So now just
Try
whisper.
Facebook Live
Don't-
sometime. Ugh.
Don't overload the stream.
It is around the same time. Well, sometimes it's like 7:30, sometimes it's at like 9:30. But it's noticeable spikes around 7 something and 9 something. Yeah, I don't know why I would use Facebook over Twitch. Although, so at the end of the day, this game caters to casual players more. Like, we'll get higher viewership on more casual platforms. Like, a lot of people have the Facebook app on their phone. Just like a lot of people have YouTube on their phone. Yeah, you should be able to still communicate on Fire Stick on Twitch. Again, the Twitch streams themselves are actually better. If you've never been to a Twitch stream is like 5 times as fun. We have access to so many fun, goofy things in the Twitch stream because the chat bot actually works and does stuff. So, I enjoy the Twitch streams a lot more, and so do the viewers typically. So yeah, Sinister Basic isn't worth T4ing, but since our Sinister is both 6 red star, his Basic will do 100 plus with offense up and crit plus the 2 assists. Is it worthy then? I mean, if you're using him often enough, it's not an insane damage improvement. Try Facebook Live sometime. The thing is, you don't get a good measure of it. Like, you're saying do it for shits and giggles, but I would have to do it regularly over time for people to like get used to showing up there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the audience for it. But I just have no interest. I don't want to be a Facebook streamer. If Facebook offered me a considerable amount of money, I would consider it, but you know, I don't know. I just I've always considered like Facebook streaming to be like where I would stream if I couldn't make it on other platforms. I don't know, just
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
back here. All the technical hurdles. I'm gonna time out. Yeah, of course. That's fine. It's all fine and dandy. I'll just let it time out here. It's fine. Everyone's alive. There won't be any super chats with delayed money, but I'm telling you, the viewership is what I worry about. I know the viewership would go back down, and I'm finding, like, I'm just finding so many more people on YouTube, and being able to find more people for all sorts of stuff is just has been incredibly helpful. So.
How much less money would you make on Twitch if you weren't a partner? I.e., can you just stream on both without being a partner?
I could stream on both without being a partner, but I want to be a partner. There's amazing perks for being a partner, extending to TwitchCon and stuff like that, and getting on the front page and all sorts of fun, cool stuff that Twitch will do for you. And then, what was I gonna say? Oh, it's tough to estimate the money because, like, you have the potential to make a lot more money. If I had a ginormous audience, I could make a good amount of money off ads. Because I don't make a good enough amount of money off ads because I don't have a giant audience, I don't bother doing them because there's no point in annoying a small audience if you're not even making good money. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be a little bit more understandable if I was like, hey, this is going to make me like $50, so just chill out for 60 seconds, guys. But if it's like, this is going to make me like $8, everyone would be annoyed for 60 seconds. Like, it's someone would be like, I'll just donate $8. Can you not harass everyone? Things like that. And then the bounties, you can't really account for the bounties. Like, in 1 week, I'll make $800 off bounties, and then in the next week, I'll make $0 off bounties. But I don't know how many bounties I'm going to do anyway, because... like, right now, I have to do a product review for the best way I can describe it is it's a reading light that sits on top of your computer monitor. I'm going to have to do a product review for a box of Japanese snacks. I'm going to have to at least include in a video I'm already doing something about Lootcakes before my promo period runs out. By the way, we do have a code for Lootcakes if you're not on Lootcakes. Link in the video description below. But I don't like or understand Twitch. Well, I'm going to guess that you don't like it because you don't understand it, and I'm going to further assume that if you understood it, you'd probably like it. Oh, it's worth going to Twitch. Twitch is awesome. And Twitch is better than YouTube. Twitch is just way better than you. Like, for video game streaming, Twitch is just way better than YouTube. You'll see. Every Twitch stream was a total party. But, just post your vids on eBombs World and on Newgrounds, right? Alright.
The mobile app does really suck.
Yeah, the Twitch mobile app blows chunks. Which is a bummer. Again, I was talking to them and they were like, we'd like to work with you on how to make it better. I'm like, make it YouTube. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like, picture in picture. Don't hide the freaking sub button. You know, make things work intuitively. But... our Twitch streams will be lit? Yeah. I know for a fact you'll kill on Twitch with all the exposure and perks. Well, again, I came from Twitch. Like, prior to YouTube, I used to stream every single day on Twitch. So, for non-Twitch streamers, please explain bounties. Just offers that will pop up like, hey, you're a Twitch partner. If you average 350 viewers, we will pay you, I don't know, $300 to show everyone the trailer for The Rock's new movie. If you watch this with this many people in your chat, you'll get, you know, whatever it is, $300, whatever I said. That's a bounty. Sometimes it's watch this trailer. Sometimes it's play this game for 30 minutes or an hour, things like that.
So like performance incentives or something?
No. Just like sponsored stuff. Like they bring sponsor offers to you, but not like, hey, would you like to permanently enter into a sponsorship agreement with Dick's Sporting Goods. Just like, hey, if you want to show a Dick's Sporting Goods ad right now and talk about it for 5 minutes, they'll pay you this much. You can do it or not.
Right. Okay, so yeah, one-off kind of deals. I see. Okay.
Yes.
I follow you.
Yeah. Just they find you sponsors, and it scales with your audience. So if I had 1,000 average viewers, then I'd be getting, quite a bit more. And it scales well. The bounties scale well. If you have a big enough audience, and you can do like a bounty a day, you live very comfortably. But again, my Twitch audience was not quite. Again, like what we have right now, like roughly 450 viewers. That was pretty standard for a Twitch audience on a strong day. But here, like without too much trouble, like tomorrow's patch day, 1,000 viewers is not out of the question on a YouTube stream. Whereas 1,000 viewers would just be a absolutely bonkers Twitch stream. The only time we were around that, there's literally been 2 times. I don't remember. I think one of them was the day we had Cerebro on. We had like 1,000 views, maybe. Oh no, that was the front page stream. Never mind. That was the front page stream where we hit like 3,000. There was one other day where we hit like 1,000, but otherwise it's like 400 something. I hate unskippable ads. It's a little bit different because it's less an unskippable ad and it's more me guiding people through an ad. And it's not always like showing a trailer or watching a video, but it is us watching together, and you're allowed to react to it sincerely. So you're like, if it is a movie trailer, you're watching me react, and I'm not always like, wow, this is amazing. You guys have to go see this movie. Sometimes I'm like, ugh, what is this? Oh, this guy's in this? What? Stuff like that. But I'd say 2/3 of bounties are play this game. Literally, like, hey, if you play the new Assassin's Creed for an hour, we'll pay you this much. So it forces you to try different games. I want to see you take Big Roy down in PvP so badly. He seems overconfident. Tell him to pony up. $50 for an ass whooping. That's my offer. I will whoop his ass for $50 if he wants to pay it. Tell the game they want you to play is bad. They say no needless bad-mouthing of the content. So you're allowed to criticize it and say, like, I'm personally not a fan of this level design, things like that. But just be like, this game sucks dicks. No one should play this game. It's shit. Even if that's how you feel, they would probably consider that, like, no needless bad-mouthing. But you try to walk the line. You don't want, again, like, you don't have to, they don't say, like, lie, tell everyone this game is great if you hate it. But also, like, no one's happy if you play the game and then the developers of that game are like, all right, let's see how the bounties went. And they, like, watch your footage and you're like, ugh, God, what is this? This is horrible. Oh, I can't wait to stop playing this. You know what I mean? So, I typically do if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything. But you can tell. I try to make it pretty obvious when I'm like, oh, well, I mean, the dialogue's not bad. You can tell when I'm like reaching for a compliment to give them. But
the sports haircut one was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, Simon, same. How come you don't follow that philosophy with some of your viewers? Several reasons, but mainly, a lot of my viewers who talk shit don't pay me anything. So and it's, like, I have hope for the viewers, believe it or not. I don't just say shitty things to the viewers because I feel like saying shitty things to viewers. I say things to viewers in hopes that they learn from it. Like, if you ask a silly question, I have the ask a silly question, get a silly answer policy. But that's like maybe next time you go to ask a question, you'll filter if this will happen to you again next time before asking. So, like, if I don't like a sponsor, they don't care. If I go back, like, hey, I played your game for an hour, it was really shitty, you should fix your shitty game. They'll be like, alright, well, we'll be in touch with you next time we need someone to get paid to play our game. Whereas, like, a viewer, we've rehabilitated viewers. Straight up. Viewers, some viewers have grown. Fox next approach you to play MSF? No. Nope.
You are the internet Jesus, here to save us all from our sins.
Not quite, but
The amount of times you were paid to talk about dicks was
It's
hilarious.
perfect, you're even Jewish.
There was dicks coming out of your mouth daily.
he's not wrong.
More like Phil, Jesus' ne'er-do-well friend.
$100K punch up all day, baby. Alright, let's get a disrupt on you two. Hopefully this will just kill him. Okay. Does being a member help you out? Yes, it does. I don't think it helps out a tremendous amount, but so being a member is basically like being a Twitch sub. It's YouTube trying to emulate Twitch subs, is what being a member is. Lazarus? Oh, Lazarus. He came back from the dead? Yeah. Does your Lootcakes code still work? Yes. Yes, it does. I knew right after I used that there'd be a Coulson team, whatever, I'm out of attack, so. Black Bolt is overrated. Well, I mean, he's one of the best characters in the game. So if one of the best characters in the game is overrated, where do you go from there?
Depends where you rate him.
Done with Raid, done with War. Still have to do Blitz and DD3, and then I can get right to work on a mystery project. So let's do Blitz. Are we gonna finish?
Definitely a game changer.
I will be asking for assistance tomorrow, wailing out on presumably Taskmaster. But is this the best we can do for today? We got a $10 donation bar. That's sad life right here. Any news on Angela or Man-Thing coming? Nope.
Who's Angela?
Thor's sister. His good sister. Who's like a angel. It's like a super Valkyrie.
Gotcha.
I don't know if she's a goddess of something, but she's a badass Norse warrior goddess. I have Black Bolt at 87k, I maxed all his abilities, I don't get the hype. I mean, it's possible you're not playing properly. I don't know what you were expecting. Who do you plan on replacing him with on your teams? I expected too much. Who are you replacing
any news
him with?
on
Any news on
Oh, I was gonna make a lame joke, but the moment's passed.
Nothing's ever stopped you in the past.
Very true.
Alright, show. Oh. Whatever, we'll open 4 at once. I need 30 shards. Show me 30 or higher. Uh-oh. Oh, wow! 30 on the bullseye. Also, William Tierney, thank you for the $5. Angela used to Gabriel in Spawn.
Black Bolt is definitely not overrated.
Black Bolt is the most replaceable on the Inhumans team. Changed my mind. Okay, it's Karnak. Good talk. No, 30 from 4 orbs. 30 from 4 orbs. So, the worst possible luck would have been 24. 30 wasn't a far cry, but could have happened. Here we go.
Oh damn! I didn't. Neil Gaiman is co-creator of Angela.
Is that what he meant?
Him and Todd McFarlane.
Did you say Valkyrie's coming? Nope. Alright, his damage went up almost 1,000. I'll take it, almost 1,000. Only like 8k health, whatever, but another 1,000 damage on this guy. It's just so crazy that he's 13k damage, and then I got Shuri over there at like 20 something. Does YouTube give you money per stream per viewer? No. William Tierney, thank you for the $5. Ad revenue on the video after the fact.
Weird, my first donation didn't go through.
I guess they were not fans of the review bombing that people had been doing when they mishandled some stuff. Namzaya, thank you for the $10. Black Bolt is good for you is cause you don't play
I got
Ultima
you,
7.
boss.
Black Bolt is particularly good in Ultima 7. Like, Ultima 7 is where Black Bolt is. I would argue more than any other game mode, more than Arena. Arena without Black Bolt isn't so bad. Ultima 7 is where Black Bolt is a big difference. Did you core any of his orbs before? A handful. I think I cored a handful to get him to 5. And then I did place top 2k. And I had alright drops from his offers. I had a little bit above average. But, yeah, already 6-star. We wailed out on him a little bit, but I knew, I mean, he's the raw damage dealer. We can't have him sucking. He has to.
When are you going to put Namzea's name on the overlay or something?
Yes, I probably am still going to do that. And I'm open to any other ideas. Namzai and Mr. H, well, I guess the same person. Frickin' Righteous Heathen. If you guys have ideas for how to commemorate you, I am probably gonna. One of the reasons I haven't done it is because I might be replacing my stream PC in the not too distant future. I'm in talks with one of my sponsors, Cougar Gaming, about if they'll hook me up with their newest PC case and some of their other parts, and they're finally going to get me some affiliate links, because so many people have been asking about, like, is there a discount code for the headset, a discount code for the keyboard, the mouse, etc. And I want to have those affiliate links so I can show them. But anyway, so if they'll
Sounds
give
like
me
the
that,
mouse is a bit sketchy.
I'm not sure if it's the mouse or the Switch. For some reason I think it's the Switch, because the mouse goes into the Switch and then the Switch goes into the PCs. And it only happens on one PC, so it could be like a driver issue with the PC. It's a little odd. I don't know what's quite going on with that, but the mouse, actually, believe it or not, of all the mice I've ever owned, this is my favorite. This mouse is just insane. Admittedly, this is like their top line premier FPS mouse, but everything on it is adjustable, like how high up the palm rest is, how far out the palm rest is, if you want a wide palm rest or a thin palm rest. There's a section in the middle where you can load it up with weights, so you can either have like a super light mouse or a super heavy mouse, whatever you prefer. There's like 12 customizable buttons. I really love this mouse, and it looks cool as shit. But it's, I'm sure it's not immune to like something getting wacky in the cable.
If you don't speak Russian, by the way, it says a bottle of Kufa, half a loaf today, we will stay up, and one rumor goes that everything will be fine.
What the fuck?
That's what Google Translate says.
My
anyway.
current processor, an i7 7700K. But what was I saying? Oh, by the way, the top 2K cutoff was 23.1 million, which is crazy. I still double tap nodes with Black Bolt. That's why the damage is the same. Why are you double tapping nodes with Black Bolt? What the heck is the rest of your team? Your Thanos is beefy, does it really matter how strong the rest of the Black Order is? I mean, I figure that you want your Proxima to actually be able to offense down people, and you'll want her to actually be able to stun and slow people, and you'll want your Corvus to actually deal damage. If he's not dealing damage, then he's just standing there tickling people and expecting Thanos to 5v1. That's just the two characters that are out already.
I'd like to see that animation, actually.
I like the hardware switch. I know there's software ways to do it, but a hardware switch just keeps the PCs doing less. But anyway, I ordered more RAM, but I thought this whole time I had 16 gigs of memory on my streaming PC, which I also do all my graphic design on, and it turns out I've only had 8 gigs. So I ordered more RAM, which will be here on Friday.
Oh, damn. That's going to be night and day different.
I hope so, yeah. Thanks, Kyle. Show the mouse in the stream. Well, so I actually have a separate thing that holds it in place. Oh, and I wound it around a thing, too. I actually can't. I'd have to move the webcam. I'll show it to you. Basically, I kept it because it has a very long cable, and I didn't want the cable getting caught in stuff. So I have a thing that holds the cable, like literally like a suction cup thing that you feed the cable through, so that just hanging off the edge of the table is just the amount of cable that you need, and it'll never like go flying off the desk either. And then the excess cable I wrapped around something, just so that it, isn't making a mess. But I'll show you the mouse. What is RAM? Random access memory. Should do actual team versus team battle on live PvP to crown the top team. Okay. Hey. But you need to find people who have perfect power matchups.
Love you.
Love you too. Alright, let me pull up the mouse. And this mouse is the... I'm looking if they have a name on it. I have the box in the closet. It's the 700M Evo. Looks like that. And you can program the colors and stuff as well, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, you can slide it up, you can slide it forward or back, and then there's different 8 configurable buttons. There's the weights, as heavy as you want it to be. Yeah.
Like Ultron mouse.
And again, it has a smaller back plate if you want a smaller back plate as well. But yeah, it is like Ultron mouse. This mouse is awesome. I love it. It's really great.
How much? I didn't see the...
I don't know if they had the price listed. It's their top one, so let's see. I don't know if it has like a where to buy. 700M Evo Esports. Yeah. 16,000 DPI. I don't know if it has a where to buy. This is why they need affiliate links, but they have different markets. So I believe.
No worries, I'll check it out on my own. I appreciate it. I'll check it out on my own.
Doesn't take me long. I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon. 79.10. Only 6 left in stock.
Jesus, I think that's cheaper than the Logitech I have.
Cheaper than the Corsair I have.
Well, it served me well. Well, if you're...
But it is corded though, right?
Yes, but I prefer corded because corded is actually lower latency than wireless. I understand the attraction to wireless, but strictly for performance, corded is better. It's $80 in the US. Thing looks like a spaceship. Yes,
Running accident. I'd say you don't need both Yo-Yo and Shuri, and you should probably have Scientist Supreme, so I'd swap Shuri for Scientist Supreme.
Yeah, does that mouse have power steering?
Yes.
Only on the floor model.
This mouse is actually what NASA based the designs off of for the most recent lunar landing module.
How does Scientist Supreme get you killed?
One of the things I love about Cougar Gaming is all their stuff looks amazing. So, my PC that I built both of them, but this is the case on my gaming PC, like the one that the mouse is currently plugged into. Find a good picture of it actually hooked up. You can see various ones, and then like some people custom color it, but who has a good one actually with all the stuff?
Those are pretty sick.
Oh, it's super fucking rad.
I want one in my life.
Yeah, here's a good example. Like this. Just unbelievably fucking cool. And it is exactly what it looks like a lot of wide open, so the ventilation is amazing.
Beats my Surface Pro with an HDMI cable.
My gaming PC is holding up great. My streaming PC is still not like, my streaming PC could last me another 3-4 years probably, but I don't want to let my streaming PC slip into obscurity. And I have no idea if I'll be having the same level of success in 3 to 4 years as I am now. I certainly hope so. But I want to reinvest when I can and get a streaming PC that's going to do great.
Scientist Supreme gives her own people defense down for 1 turn and then flips it to defense up, but also gives the enemy offense down, which overall is better for you. Offense down into defense down does less damage than normal.
Be much more successful in 3 to 4 years guaranteed. That's the plan. I would say I certainly hope so, but right now at least it does depend a bit on the games. My current fate is a bit tied to what games I'm playing and how well they're doing. And it's possible 3 to 4 years from now I've established enough of a brand that I can play different games all the time and be doing alright, but because of my style where I tend to get like super obsessed and deep dive into 1, maybe 2 games and just only do stuff for a handful of games, but at a high level. If those games aren't thriving, there's only so many people looking for the content. But it does surprise me how many people will comment on my video and be like, yeah, I stopped playing this game 6 months ago, but I still watch your Whale Wars or whatever. So glad you finally got a 7 red. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And I do that for other content creators. I haven't played Marvel Contest of Champions in a long time, but I check in with Seaton videos every now and again, so pretty cool. Any recommendation for a mouse to use in designing? A Wacom Intuos tablet is probably better for designing than a mouse, but you don't need a crazy mouse unless you're using the mouse to draw, in which case you want like an FPS high DPI one. But it depends on what I can get Cougar to cover here. If Cougar, because I told Cougar, so they came out with a part 2 to that case basically. It's a new way for iOS players to play on a laptop or computer. Yeah, exactly the same way. BlueStacks. They have BlueStacks for Mac, and if your current device is iOS, you can just use the same Facebook, and you can play on your Apple account on PC. If you're talking about a Windows PC. What up, Platinum Wolves Arcade? But anyway, yeah, if they can hook me up with the case, and then they make some other stuff. They make power supplies and stuff like that. So if they can hook me up with a start, I'll finish the build, and it makes sense to do it. Never works on Mac for me. I know some people who got it working. AOC should be big for you. Yeah, AOC, you know. End of May, they're supposed to do Alpha 1 testing. I'm automatically involved in all their testing as one of their content creators, so I hope, man. They're just taking forever with that game. Would you ever flip and work for the gaming companies? I don't want to say I'd never would. I'm not looking to, like, being your own boss is pretty great. Having unlimited potential in terms of, like, I could have a video go viral and become a internet sensation or something like that. You know, everyone should aspire to be PewDiePie, I guess. Or whoever people consider to be like the top gaming creator. And then, you know, not having to worry about like an HR department and, you know, all that. But I wouldn't say never, but I don't see a gaming company making me an offer that would ever force me to actually have to think about it. But, you know, I don't expect this to happen, but if like Scopely emailed me and were like, hey, we want to pay you $200,000 a year to be a consultant on new game systems. We'll just run new game modes by you. You tell us what you think, you know, whatever. Like, I'm in. You know what I mean? Something like that.
You're already doing that for free, aren't you?
Well, yeah, kinda, but presumably before it goes live. So, someone earlier said something. I forget what it was, but maybe it was like a video or something, like a cool cinematic, and they're like, they need to hire fewer people to make cinematics and more people to do QA. And I was like, they have tons of QA. Now get back to work. You get paid in power cores. You don't want to be T-Series? I would love to become a Indian company, like as one person, just become a multi-employee Indian company. But stream the build, that might. I'm sure I would. I'm sure I would. I actually streamed when I was assembling my desk. I streamed the desk build. I don't think it was as exciting as people thought. You'd be surprised. A lot of people are like, stream this, stream that, but then when they're actually watching it, they're like, oh, it's just Casino reading an instruction manual and muttering to himself and then yelling, where'd I just put my screwdriver? This is not the content I thought it would be. Would you take a non-gaming related job if paid 200k a year? Again, it depends on the job. For like 200k a year is to the point where I would start considering being unhappy for a set amount of hours per day, but it would depend on how unhappy and how many hours and stuff. And it would also depend on like how secure it was and how easily it would let me jump back into this if something ever happened. But the perfect video game consultant, very logical, intelligent. I try, man.
I'm not sure about the lol at the end of that sentence. I don't know if he's trying to imply that he's being sarcastic or whether...
Which one?
It's just quite funny, the fact that you're logical and intelligent.
I don't know.
Is HR really the worst
What's this about a build in Cougar? Cougar Gaming is one of my sponsors. I'm playing on their gaming desk with their gaming mouse on one of their mouse pads. One of their keyboards is a Cougar Gaming headset. And I like having them as a sponsor because I got their case because I love their case. Their case was a little bit more expensive than most of the other cases, but I just loved the way it looked and I had to have it. And every day that I wake up and look at it, I'm like, it's fucking awesome. Like, that PC case is one of the biggest reasons why I think to myself, like, I'm one of the luckiest people in the world. Because I have, like, the dream PC build over there. Black Bolt will not be gone from the credit store tomorrow. No one gets removed. Anyone who shows up in the Elite store, once they're in from then on. You could easily do the Cerebro job. Yeah, I mean, Cerebro has a lot of responsibilities people don't see behind the scenes, but yes, I could. I think I am capable of also doing Cerebro's job. So something like that, although that's video game related, but I don't know what Cerebro gets paid to do his job, but I hope it's quite a lot. Yeah, I like, yeah. Basically.
You manage the community better than the community managers.
So is dealing with HR really your worst nightmare about being employed?
I just mean the whole bureaucratic nonsense, all sorts of that stuff. But when I say dealing with HR, like I might just feel like if right now I'm like, you know what, we're gonna tell a bunch of rape jokes. You guys, for the most part, are pretty cool and are like, oh, Casino's telling a bunch of rape jokes again. Here we go. But it's that kind of stuff where it's like once your name is attached to like, you know, like Foxnext, for example, if I worked for them and wanted to tell rape jokes, like they're a direct reflection of Disney, then just someone clips it and sends it to Disney like, one of your employees is making light of rape, which is a very serious blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, you know, from the top down, you know, it's just like, I don't want to. I'll let the internet be my boss, and if they feel like I've gone too far, they'll have a talk with me. At the end of the day, you guys are whether you want to be called fans or viewers or whatever, you're that, but also you guys are ultimately the boss. You guys can all get together tomorrow and be like, yeah, we're just all gonna say fuck Casino. He's fired. No one give him shit. He's out of here.
Stream some Super War today, you get fired.
You don't trust me. You don't want that. Every purchase I make, I am able to claim basically. Like my clothing are costumes I wear for the show. My office space is, even though it's part of my house, part of my rent is a business expenditure because I need the studio to work. My in-game purchases are props. I prefer the term squire. Okay, my squire. Casual suspects. I'm no expert, but rape is probably going too far. If you can't handle a rape joke from time to time, it's not because we actually think rape is funny here and not serious. My philosophy is more this. I will joke about anything because life gives you plenty of horrible shit that's supposed to put you in a bad mood. If you can find a way to laugh about it, you're better for it. It's better to, you know, find a way to get through life.
What's your favourite rape joke then?
A lot of them are off the cuff. Let's see. I'd have to think about it. I'll get back to you on that. I can think of my favorite inappropriate meme that I've seen lately. That's horribly inappropriate, but still funny. That's fair trade. All right, let me pull that up. I'm gonna post it in my MSF chat, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck, Casino? What the fuck?" Except you guys. All right, there you go. You've been warned. Horribly inappropriate, but funny nonetheless.
But we are true fans, so.
Alright. Cerebro deals with a lot of crybabies on Reddit. You're damn right. That meme is made. It's funny.
That is quite funny.
Can you do your longest yeah boy? It doesn't have to be the longest to be good. Yeah, it doesn't have to go crazy long, but I can do a good one. Alright, just for you, Damien. I'm gonna try to get away from the mic a little bit. Yeah, boy! Yes, I could have held that for another, like, 80 seconds, but it's not... After a certain point, it just becomes annoying.
Yeah, it's not the length that sells it.
So you make money when folks donate to buy things in the game? No, that's a big misnomer. No, no, no. I do not make money when people donate for me to buy stuff. I just don't lose money. Basically, my taxes work the opposite of your average person's taxes. I contact the government and go, hey, this is how much I brought in. And then the government goes, okay, well, we get this much of that. So while other people get to, look forward to tax day and be like, woohoo, let's see how much money the government's going to give me back. I get to be like, all right, how much does the government think I owe them? Very different. So being able to write things off on my taxes just means when I explain to them, like, yes, I did make X amount of dollars, but then I spent it on this, and this, which were all necessary. So really, I only made this much money. Then they're like, oh, okay, well then you don't owe us as much, which is great and all. But it's not, there's no made money. Like if you donate $30 and then I spend the $30, I'm not like, sweet, now the government's gonna pay me for it. It's just the government's not gonna charge me for it. If someone offered you $500 to twerk with a thong on stream, would you do it? Probably. Probably, yeah. I've twerked on stream before for much less money. I lost a bet in League of Legends back when I streamed that game full time, and I had to put on my girlfriend's booty shorts and twerk. So that footage is still out there as a Twitch clip.
You can fit into your girlfriend's shorts?
At the time, I sort of did. I mean, it was pretty obvious they weren't my size, but I think that was half the idea.
I can fit into my West Shores.
Right, the goal is to get close to 0, but I have to pay just a bit. Right, well, fortunately, I'm pretty effectively able to do that, but it's still, even if it's like, woohoo, I only owe the government $500
per
this
hour
year.
hooker.
Yeah, I pay about every year too. From various
Someone actually
1099
said, what
side
the
jobs.
fuck, casino? What the fuck? Who said what the fuck? Oh. Yeah. Johnny, be cool. Do you get to write off all your in-game purchases? Yes, I do. Where you land on the political spectrum? All over the place. First and foremost, I try to pay attention as little as possible, because the more I look into politics, the more it becomes immediately apparent to me that everyone is a fucking idiot. And I'm not brilliant by any means. To quote one of my favorite lines from Joe Rogan, he says, "I know I'm stupid, and yet I'm smarter than almost everyone I meet." And that's how I feel. I feel like a moron who's constantly meeting other people and being like, how is it even legally allowed for you to be this dumb? I'm not sure it should be okay to be as dumb as I am. I don't know about you. And I say all this because I've met actual smart people. You know, like my buddy who helped literally build an AI robot to do the roster scanner. Like, there are actual smart people out there. I can deduct part of my home as business use. That is correct, Ed. Yes. But anyway, so the more I look into politics, the more it just becomes immediately obvious. Firstly, that companies are just throwing money around to screw people over. Like, the more you read about politics, the more you just get motivated to be like, oh, something needs to be done about this. Like, this is all fucked up. And then you become the guy on the corner holding the sign of like, we need to fix water treatment regulations. They're taking advantage of us. And just like everyone is like, someone tell that guy to shut the fuck up. I'm trying to listen to the radio. I want to go home and watch my Marvel Strike Force stream and not give a shit about the water treatment regulations. You know, that shit. So that's the first thing is like, I don't want to know. I don't want to have an informed opinion because it just makes me hate everyone involved. That's the first thing. The second thing...
What do you call a fat girl with a rape whistle? Optimistic.
Alright, that's inappropriate and funny. But anyway, the as far as like where I fall on the spectrum of politics, that's something that always bothers me is people think politics is a team sport. There are a lot of people who are like, come on, Team Red, and a bunch of other people are like, no, Team Blue. And it's like, how about not being on a team, because then you get obligated to go along with dumb, stupid shit that your team thinks is a good idea. I'll tell you this right now. Team Red do not have a perfect philosophy for governing a country, and Team Blue don't have a perfect philosophy for governing the country, and having to always be on one team is the perfect way to, best case scenario, be right maybe half the time, if that. So I don't like really looking at politics that way either, because people always be like, but come on, you're on my team though. Like, come on, for most things, you're on my team. Like, I'm not on anyone's team. Tell me what the issue is, and I'll tell you how I feel about that issue. And then I don't give a shit. Like, oh, well, people think that way also feel that way about this. It's like, you didn't even ask me about that. I don't give a shit. But anyway, so generally speaking, I tend to be on the liberal side of most social issues, not their new breed of craziness that we're seeing rise up. I'm all for equality. I'm not all for insane hypocrisy and all sorts of things.
Come on, you're not a Bernie bro?
Well, I think Bernie's an alright guy, actually, but forgetting that for a second, when I say I tend to be liberal on most social issues, I'd say this. If you ask someone who would call themselves a hardcore conservative how they stand on most social issues, I probably don't see eye to eye with them very much. But there's this new super far left insanity that's been doing a lot of science denial. But basically, if you go too far to the right or to the left, they start denying science really hard in all the worst ways. So, if anything, you can say I'm part of the science party, which is like, what does the actual evidence say? What do the facts say? What does the measurable data say? Not how do you feel. Not what does a fucking 4,000-year-old book that says don't eat shellfish also say. Just what does the data say? And what's more practical for the current day and age that we live in a modern civilization? So that's typically where I fall on social issues. And then for like economic issues, generally speaking, I tend to agree. I tend to lean a bit more conservatively, but not to the point where they're like trying to put very small dollar amounts on the value of human life and like, oh, who cares if we fucking turn the rainforest into the next Chernobyl? Look at what our profits are going to be next year. Those people can eat a dick. And then I tend to be somewhere in the middle on foreign issues, like how to deal with other countries. There's always bad opinions on both sides. Some other countries, there's no point in trying to be their friend. Like, what history says is every time you're like, no, we're America, we do it right, and we take the moral approach. And it's like, okay, well, every time you take the moral approach, they fucking steal some shit. Or they make some deal with some other country, and then they try to blow up something of ours. Like, just stop being nice to these people. They're clearly not interested. You'll have people on the wrong side of that. And then, but also on the flip side, of just like, well, if they're not us, fuck them. It's like, what? Everyone's us. We're team human being, bro. So, I've opened a can of worms. I'm just ranting. I hope that all kind of makes sense. But in short, if you're a diehard member of any team, I'm probably not on your team because politics isn't a team game. And also everyone's fucking stupid. Yeah.
That's very similar to me, actually. I'm quite liberal on social and conservative on economic issues.
We need something like what the British have. That guy that was able to dress up as like freaking Darth Vader and was a valid political party to get votes.
I swear they have America as well, don't they?
No, we are typically a two-party system. We got people run as independents or Green Party, but they never have a chance to win.
Oh, we have actually.
You're pretty much a libertarian. I mean, I am more so of all the political parties. If I had to subscribe to one, I probably do have the most in common with the libertarians. But even the libertarians get it wrong a good amount of the time. And I'll give you a perfect example. If you ask a libertarian, should we have speed limits? Like, what? No. I should be responsible for myself. If I go too fast and I crash and I hit someone, it would be my own fault. I'm responsible. I'm going to go the speed limit that I set for myself. And you know what? If I want to drive at 100 miles an hour, I'm a good driver. I'm not going to crash. I should be allowed to drive at 100 miles an hour, and the government should not be allowed to tell me how fast to drive. And you know what? That may be absolutely true. You may be a perfect driver who's always going to be attentive and sober and at the wheel and never crash into anyone. And yeah, no one should tell you how fast to drive. But we can't, because some people are fucking idiots, and we literally have to have rules, because if you let the fucking idiots say the same thing, they're like, yeah, I can also drive fast as I want. I'll go 100 miles an hour right now. Oh shit! And then they plow into a family of 4. So, even libertarians, like, I get that you feel like you should be entitled to those freedoms, and you probably should, but if we give everyone, including the paint lickers, those same freedoms, it's actually worse for everybody, unfortunately.
Mara, yes, I do like the NHS, and I struggle to believe that a lot of countries don't have free healthcare.
Count Buckethead. That's right. That was that guy's name.
Josh Exotic? Yeah. Really, I'm just a diehard Joe Exotic supporter, and I'm waiting for him to get out of jail so we can elect him president. That's really where I stand. At the end of the day, we just got to get Joe Exotic in the White House, and then the country will be perfect. Paint lickers vote? Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I just always liked Chris Rock's response, where he said, crime, he's conservative. Prostitution, he's liberal.
Do you think taxes are theft? Absolutely not. The thing is, if you expect government to provide things for you and do their job, they don't do it for free. I don't want a volunteer government. I want a government that has to do shit. I want my roads paved. I want my schools to actually have the supplies they need to teach the shitty children around me to not be shitty children, but to be respectable human beings. I want my police to have the tools they need to actually protect me in case of an emergency. I want my firefighters to be able to actually combat fires in a way that, you know, stops them. And all of that stuff costs money that has to come from somewhere, and I'm happy to volunteer some of it. Now, separately from that, are there morons taking your tax money and basically spending it on their own version of Red Stars? Absolutely. But that is not an issue with the concept of taxes. That's an issue with morons in charge. Ever thought about going into politics? You seem very passionate about it. Absolutely not. Not only would it be a nightmare...
Seems the opposite of passionate about
Yeah, not only do I do my best to be as apathetic as possible, but if I were ever actually elected, I would get assassinated, like, immediately.
Mara, I consider healthcare a social issue. And I said I was
Did one of the public officials tell people to pray for the roads to get fixed? Oh, for fuck's sake. No, don't elect me. I will get assassinated immediately. Because one of the things that I've seen firsthand that's just really, really fucking up like life for your everyday citizens, straight up greedy companies. Like greedy companies are ruining a lot of shit. They care about just making more money than they made the previous year, above all else, and they make some terrible fucking decisions. And the problem is, if you are an individual person who's like, no, you guys are gonna stop making fucking piles of money hand over fist that you spend on yachts and other garbage shit, and we're gonna actually spend it on the people instead, immediately they're like, oh, someone needs to fucking shoot this guy in the face. Because I'm not giving up my yacht for a bunch of poor people. No chance. Nope, someone just go shoot that guy. It's way cheaper to pay someone to shoot that guy, right? Government Red Stars? Basically. Such a big government can't provide all those things efficiently, clearly. Honestly, I blame the people. Like, I really do. Like, people actually do have a lot of control over who's in office, but it's impossible to get the country to actually care about politics. Like, it's just a boring topic, and, you know, people do stuff. A perfect example is, I just throw out that topic, like, as soon as I'm like, you know, water treatment management, like, just those 3 words, you're already like, I'm out. I don't give a fuck. And I could be like, this is the biggest scandal in all of American history. They're totally taking advantage. They're poisoning you and your children. And people are like, I don't want to hear about this. I don't care. That sounds super boring, and I want to watch Tiger King instead. And yeah, they're just people who your average person is too dumb and too disinterested to actually vote in their own best interest. Like, that's a thing that happens a lot, is you have people voting against their own best interests. I can't tell you, again, I worked in health insurance, the number of people with pre-existing conditions who badly needed health insurance and who couldn't afford treatment or to see a doctor, who are like, I don't know much, but what I do know is I hate that Obamacare. Like, oh, okay. All right. Well, good luck. I guess, yeah, no, it's fine. You can get your own health insurance. I guess yeah, that's fine. Get your own health insurance. How much money did you have for health insurance? Oh, $0. Let me see what I got for $0. Nothing. Have a great fucking day, you idiot. Like, this is trying to help you, stupid. Regardless of how you feel about that president, that was a nonpartisan thing. That was like, we're going to get health insurance. Like, that's just health insurance that loses money. All of the health insurance companies hated it. Like, what? They're already sick and you want us to pay for it? No, sick people are expensive. We want money from healthy people. We don't want to pay for sick people. How will we afford our yachts? No, fuck the sick people. And then you had actual sick people, like, repeating that, like, yeah, fuck the sick people. Fuck Obamacare. I witnessed that firsthand. And I'm just like, I give up. I give up on people. in this regard, I'm not fighting that crusade. I have better things to do. You want to shoot yourself in the dick? That's your prerogative. But that's you know. Was Obamacare like the perfect? I'm not here saying this as like Obamacare was perfect and amazing, and if you didn't love Obamacare, what are you talking about? Like there's plenty of shit. Now part of the reason why it was a complete clusterfuck mess is because people were fighting it every step of the way and trying to make it as in any way that they could weaken it or take away from it or make it worse for the people and better for the insurance companies. They did. So what you got was like this half-assed, semi-committal piece of legislation, but at the end of the day, it was just something that was good for the people and bad for the companies. And things that are good for the people and bad for the companies have literally millions of dollars to put out propaganda to fight, and the people don't care. Even if it's good for the people can't be bothered to look into it and figure out whether it's actually good for them or not. So that's why companies are able to just keep literally paying their way to shitting on the people. I have listened to Jordan Peterson. Some of the things he says I completely agree with. Other things, not so much. They couldn't build a working website. Again, when you're talking about something that's got fucking 8,000 people's hands on it, the odds that you have 8,000 competent people all working on it, not so much. Probably not. But yes, it was a big mess. Forcing everyone to have health insurance, people that couldn't afford health insurance but made too much to get free health insurance. So yes, there was that. The people who couldn't afford health insurance but made too much, now some of those people were lying. That's the first thing. Now I agree, where that line was drawn was bullshit and people's situations were different. There were people who made too much but couldn't afford health insurance. But also, if you ask anyone, no matter how much they make, like until we're talking like people making like $500,000 a year, there was never anyone I talked to who was like, yeah, I make enough for health insurance, let's get some. I mean, I did, but they're like 5%. Everyone else, I was talking to people who were making like fucking $150K a year and they're like, what, how much? A few $100s a month? Absolutely not. No, that is, no, we can't afford that. And I'm like, what do you, I just signed someone up who makes like $40,000 a year and they could afford it. The fuck are you doing? Running a exotic tiger cage thing in the back of your, I don't know. Anyway, so there was that, and then now the forcing people to have health insurance. Forcing people to have health insurance. So here's the thing. This was my favorite. I got this on the phone all the time. And if you're wondering like, why is he talking about all this? Why specifically healthcare? I used to be a state licensed health insurance agent. A lot of people had that objection of like, this is bullshit. I should not be forced to have health insurance. And this was the line of questioning that I would always follow that up with. Like, oh, that's fine. You don't want to have health insurance. So just a question for you though. Let's say that tomorrow you're leaving your house and you're going to get in your car and a bus, flies off the road and smashes into you and you're there, Actually, let's go with a natural disaster so it's no one's fault. You're walking in your car, boom, struck by lightning. That's it. You're in bad shape. You're just in your driveway. You're all fucked up. So you would just want to be left there, right? Because no health insurance. So obviously you just want to be left in your driveway. What? No, absolutely not. I should be taken to the hospital. Okay, but they're not going to treat you. They're just going to look at you and be like, yep, lightning strike. No, what? Absolutely not. Treat me immediately. Like, oh, okay. So let's say you need some life-saving surgeries. Those could get pretty expensive, Let's say that one of your organs is shot and they got to replace it. So you have like, a few $100s on layaway for these procedures, right? No. Oh, but you do want to be treated and get surgeries in that situation, right? Yeah. Okay. So who's paying for it? Well, not me. It's all I know. Right. So it sounds like you'd want health insurance. That's what it sounds like. That's what it's for. Health insurance sounds shitty when you don't need it. And then when you suddenly need it and don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars set aside, it's pretty great to have, actually. That's what it's for. So, yeah. That whole, we shouldn't be forced to have health insurance. Forced? look at any other country where they actually provide healthcare for their citizens. Someone in the UK. What's it like being forced to have healthcare? Sucks, huh? How shitty is it?
Oh yeah, it's just like
I've heard you get sick and it's like you can just
irritating.
go see a doctor and it doesn't render you fucking broke.
I know, yeah.
Fucking horrible.
The amount of money I have after seeing a doctor is just really irritating to me.
My condolences, bro. I'm sure you take care of that by like getting some red stars or something, get rid of that money right away, but the fact that they don't just take it from you at the time, yeah, it sounds terrible. For real though, what the like, of all the things I'm mad at our country for, what the fuck are they doing? It did not take away catastrophic health insurance. Not only did it not take away catastrophic health insurance, most people don't even know what a catastrophic plan is. A catastrophic plan is just short-term health insurance. But that's the stuff I'm talking about, and I'm not calling anyone out. Like, it's, I get it if, like, I don't expect anyone in this chat to be like, actually, I'm very well versed in health insurance and the insurance companies and hospitals and government laws and regulations, and that's why I know all about this. And I'm like, just most people are like, I don't give a shit. All right, I was trying to watch Marvel Strike Force, and this asshole launched into a tirade about health insurance. I don't want to hear about health insurance. I don't give a fuck. I'm not sick. I don't care. Get back to Marvel Strike Force. And that's how most of the country feels. And that's why you don't get shit done. And that's why it's easier to be like, listen, I'm on Team Red. Team Red says that shit sucks, so you know what? Trust Team Red. They say it sucks. It fucking sucks. Get out my face. I was watching some Marvel Strike Force. Thank you. And I'm not just taking a shot at Team Red, because Team Blue does the exact same thing.
Hey, I'm from Australia. We have universal health cover here as well.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
And yeah, it does. But I've been told that if I ever visit America, if someone like gets in an accident in front of me, I can't call an ambulance because I can literally ruin their life.
So,
which sounds terrible.
Basically, you can financially bankrupt them if you call an ambulance for them. Someone is going to have to pay for that ambulance. Now, there is a separate issue, which is that, and it's for all different reasons, but everything in American healthcare costs 5 times as much as in other countries. Like, drugs that you can get in other countries are 5 times more, ambulances are 5 times more, procedures are 5 times more. But really...
Also the charge master.
Well, one of the biggest reasons why everything is so expensive is because most people don't have health insurance. They go in and they're like, fuck, I'm dying. I need a heart surgery right away. And they're like, fuck, heart surgery, that's like $300,000. All right, how much money do you have? Oh, 0. Stop, please. Heart surgery. Fuck, you have $0. All right, who's your insurance? I don't have insurance. Fuck insurance. Fuck Obamacare. Ow, my heart. It's like, okay, I guess our hospital is, we don't typically look at someone who's dying and go, if only you could afford it. Sucks to suck. Later, loser. They're like, well, let's do the surgery and pay everyone involved. And then, I don't know, let's like dig in the backyard and see if someone buried $300,000. No, just for the people that do have money, let's charge them 5 times as much for everything. If we charge the people with money 5 times as much for everything, then every asshole that comes in and can't afford anything at all will probably break even. So,
You just have to usually wait quite a bit longer.
There is a huge, huge difference between all of socialism and providing healthcare for your fucking citizens. And in the countries where socialism has failed them, it's not because they were providing healthcare for their citizens. Yo, UK, I heard you guys are failing. And also Australia, you guys are basically about to break apart in like 12 different countries, right? You guys are definitely failing?
The UK actually is, but for a very different reason.
Yeah, you guys got Brexit going on, but anyway.
Brexit is in the second hour, or the third hour of the stream.
Well, we've currently got our Prime Minister just handing out money to all the dole bludgers that do nothing. So fun.
Oh, every country has a government that's completely fucking off on at least half of their responsibilities. There's not a single country I look at and be like, their government's fucking killing it. We should all do it like that. No, they're all dumb. But
Norway has a great government. They've got it figured out.
Have they really?
Yep.
I don't know. Alex, this is exactly how I felt before I even moved to California. But here we go. All right, we've successfully triggered someone with some comments about how you should
Jesus,
take
fuck
care of
more
your
Marvel
citizens.
Strike Force, please.
Okay, thank you, Gambler. Norway seems kick-ass. I have heard good things about Sweden, but I don't know. Antarctica's government, you know, that's fair. Antarctica's government probably killed it. But believe it or not, I actually just finished the last of the things that I needed to do in this game, and I actually have a project that I have to work on by tomorrow with a very limited amount of time. So I'll give you guys until arena payout. We got like 16 more minutes or something. Vast difference in how each of these countries spend their money. Most of these countries outsource their defense spending to us. Oh, I am aware. We spend more on national defense than the next 24, 25 companies? 26 countries? Sorry, not companies, countries. But something like we're number one in the world in defense spending, and there's like, if you add up the next 20-something countries, all their defense spending together, we outspend all of them, and all but one of them are our allies, by the way. But
who's
yes.
the one that's not?
America is absolutely number one with the guns, like for sure. And one of the reasons why the quality of life in America is so great is because if we want something that's in another country, we just go take it. Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. Like, the reason America is because they choose to irrationally spend so much on weapons of war. And, like, it's not... I would not focus more on war than anything else, personally, if I were in charge of a government. But, undeniably, like, in any issue of, like, alright, the world is all getting together and deciding how something should go, America always has that card of, like, you want to fight about it? You know, it's like being the super big, uber jacked, well trained guy in a room of people having a disagreement. At the end of the day, the uber jacked, super trained, lethal killer dude can be like, or we can fist fight over it, and everyone else is like, fucking fine, we'll do it your way, because I don't feel like losing teeth over this. Even if I might win, like, we're not fine. We won't fight over this. So that's America's the bully on the playground.
George Carlin referred to it as the bigger dick foreign policy theory.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, they have bigger dicks than we do? Bomb them.
Yep. Any chance you'd be a raid content creator? For the right price. Is that a Gear Tier 14 Captain Marvel? Not mine. US doesn't have a good track record of winning the wars we start. So we don't actually start a lot of our wars to win. Like the last war we fought has mostly been a war against an idea. Like we started a whole war against terror, which isn't literally an idea. And also, who decides what terror is? If anything, I would say going over to another country and blowing up a bunch of their stuff is pretty terrifying. And a pretty terrorizing thing to do. But we tend to basically, if we blow up enough stuff, someone has to rebuild a lot of that stuff. And if we have people willing to rebuild a lot of that stuff who just happen to be from American companies, then when we leave, all of a sudden they've got like a bunch of McDonald's and Starbucks there, and their life is better, and then we make good money. And it's just another excuse to be like, alright, we're gonna leave some people over there, make sure you guys don't stir up any more shit.
America doesn't make a habit of blowing things up, by the way.
What? Yes, they do.
They just don't.
Yeah, they do. Come on.
They like to think of themselves as a
Do you
bit
think we
more
should legalize marijuana? Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. If alcohol's legal, then marijuana should be legal.
Okay. I'm paying too much attention to politics. I'm throwing my arena matches. Okay, quick fix. Did I use the Phoenix special? I probably did. I don't know. Marijuana is legal in California, and it's not killing anybody. But it is making the state a shit ton of tax money. You say stop talking politics, but I wasn't really agreeing or disagreeing with anyone for the most part. I was just my take on common sense stuff. I don't know enough about it to have strong opinions. Popped out of the stream where the rape joke started. Is this where we are now? Yeah.
You never actually told us a rape joke.
No, I told you I'd show you the inappropriate meme instead. Wow.
All right.
That's very unfortunate. Oh, wow, wait. So... Okay, I should have used a different team against this. I don't know why I thought this was a Sinister team. And now I don't actually have Sue to remove that disrupted.
Do you think Sue should be in the top 5 teams for Arena of Friends instead of Crystal, or do you still think Crystal?
No, Crystal's better. If I have to, and again, I don't have quite as strong a Crystal as I'd like, but if I have to build a team like a team, gun to my head, like you have to use a team that's definitely going to beat these guys, I'll put Crystal on it. Love lessons, screw America. I mean, America's also great for a lot of things. I see things both ways. He knows he's a huge Democrat.
I love America. I lived in America for a long time. I like the country in general.
If you're going to acknowledge things we do terribly, you got to acknowledge things that we do great as well. I'm a huge fan of our freedom to speech. The fact that I can criticize our government and then no one's trying to chop my head off for it, pretty nice.
I mean, that's the case in a lot of countries, to be fair.
I know. Is your cluster having a PvP tournament? Probably not. I'm probably just going to do a lot of PvP.
I like the right to bear arms. I'm disappointed that
Again, I don't consider myself in the middle or on the right or on the left. If you go too far in either direction, you get crazy people. Like, there's...
That's very true.
Far right equals insanity, far left equals insanity. They're literally concepts taken to an extreme, which is rarely, like, just life involves niche. It's never as simple as, whatever.
The whole horseshoe theory, right? Further left, further right, the closer they actually are to each other than anyone in the middle.
Yeah.
Because they both get so crazy with what they're willing to do, it just all ramps up. So if I'm forced to be labeled, I'm labeled in the middle. I would label myself in the middle if I was party to being labeled, which I'm kind of like you. I'm like, don't I have stuff that I would be branded conservative for, and there's stuff I'd be branded hardcore liberal for.
Same. One of my favorite things is like Joe Rogan, the same way. He talks a lot about different issues, and he feels different ways about different issues. He'll literally go out hunting and he enjoys eating meat and various things that get him painted as obviously right and alt-right, but then he'll talk about the same thing. How he's a huge proponent of like abortion and various other things like that, and it's just always funny watching people try to classify. Like, people want to put a label on you, but it's like, no, I just evaluate each issue on its own merits, and you can be like, he's definitely left, and then there's people like, he's definitely right, and it's like, it doesn't matter what you call me. Believe what you want. It's literally an issue by issue thing, and it's that simple. But someone asked how many genders are there. In biology, 99.9% of the time there's 2 genders. Now, intersex is like a real biological phenomenon, but a lot of that stuff is crazy outliers. There are actual people who are biologically not male or female. And I'm not talking about people who got elective surgery. Like, there are people born with like XXY chromosomes and stuff like that. But forgetting that, biologically speaking, there's 2. In terms of how many social genders there are, however many society decides, You want me to call you a fucking bookcase? Alright, you're a bookcase. I don't care.
Actually, more common than an XXY. That does happen, but what's more common is for example, being born a male by DNA, but being allergic to testosterone, and so you get an overdose of estrogen and gain female body features.
Yeah, there are definitely people who biologically don't fit in one or the other, but yeah, you know, people undeniably people are just being silly with it. There are plenty of people who are like, I actually identify as an animal spirit. It's like, okay. But it does get to point again. My whole thing is it does have to be grounded in rationale. Like you can be called whatever you want to be called. If you want to say like socially I don't fit into one gender or the other, that's fine. You want to be a third gender or a fifth gender or an eighth gender, whatever you want to be. I will call you whatever you want me to call you. I respect your right to be called whatever you want to be called. If you're seeing a doctor and you were born a male and you tell the doctor, I'm female, and you don't tell the doctor that you were born a male, you might have testicular cancer. And you're like, I'm a lady. And the doctor's like, all right, well, it's not testicular cancer. We can rule that right out. What else could it be? And then you're gonna maybe die. Things like that. So that obviously that's a super weird example, and that's not actually how that particular scenario would play out. But when you get away from facts in certain things, it gets messy and worse for everyone and more confusing for no reason. But I'll leave it at that. I think people reserve the right to be called whatever they want to be called. But
I think I agree with that, but I think people also have the right to call people whatever they want.
That's
without being accused of being offensive. I think
that's probably true. I mean, I'm of the philosophy of like, don't be a dick, but just being a dick, if it's not in a physical way, like you should have the right to call someone whatever you want. I don't know why you would. I wouldn't encourage it. If someone's like, I'm a woman, be like, no, you're a man. Like, well, the guy saying that is an asshole. Whether he's biologically accurate or not, that guy's just being an asshole for no reason. Why rain on that person's parade? And yeah, just don't be a dick, and then that won't come up. But should you get arrested for that? No, you shouldn't get arrested for that or fined or whatever. But also, why be a dick?
Yeah, it was when people like I had my girlfriend at uni had a friend who wanted to use the pronouns they instead of her biological pronouns, and like every time I accidentally used the wrong pronoun, she'd fucking like shout at me. It's just unnecessary to get that offended, I think.
Of the philosophy of don't be a dick, that's the most true. If you really want to know where I'm at, it's of the philosophy of don't be a dick, except when answering Marvel Strike Force questions. Otherwise, don't be a dick. What do you think about third wave feminism? I don't know enough about it, but at the end of the day, the idea behind feminism is for women to be treated equally to men. So I don't know what I don't know anywhere near enough about what they're doing or how they're going about it or what they're saying or whatever. But at the end of the day, the concept of what genitals you have shouldn't determine how you're treated and what you're paid and things like that. I think that's perfectly fair. Personally, I consider that like humanism, of like, I'm a human, I should be treated like a human, even if you can't tell what's between my legs. But, you know, I'm hesitant to be like, I fully endorse third wave feminism, because for all I know, they're like, oh, we set cars on fire to make our point. Like, well, no, don't do that. That's funny.
Did you see Damien's
comment?
I did.
Yeah, that's funny. That's good stuff. Again, please don't elect me president. I will get shot immediately.
Another one.
That's fucking illegal, Dana White. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so I'm glad I've gotten people stimulated on talking politically. Shouldn't be able to do as you please. You should be able to do as you please as long as it's not hurting anyone. Do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt other people. And I
agree with that entirely, yeah.
And I don't even believe in like all the laws to stop people from hurting themselves. If you're like, you know, Like, I should have the right to be able to shoot myself in the foot if I want. I agree. You should be able to shoot yourself in the foot. I just hope that you have health insurance. And yeah. And then you'll always have people like, no, that's terrible. If someone's at a point where they're trying to shoot themselves in a foot, no, we need to do something. That's not right. Like, we have better things to do than going, go, stop trying to shoot yourself in the foot, idiot. Just let them. Like, let's worry about people. Let's worry about people trying not to get shot by other people. So, but anyway. The stream is more of a podcast these days. Sometimes.
Going back to the gender equality thing, I'm all for general gender equality in most things, but also some people try and take it too far and just try to deny that there is a difference between a man and a woman.
Someone's at the same conversation. It's your bias as a criminal prosecutor. Are you? I might not be getting that. If you thought I was ever a criminal prosecutor, I was never a criminal prosecutor. My father is a criminal defense attorney, but I've always seen both sides of every issue, or at least tried to. You say that you should be able to do anything as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, but in my opinion, people get too easily offended. Well, of course. Would you bang a tranny?
There's a difference between someone hurting someone and offending someone.
I think you should be allowed to have sex with whoever you want, and it should be at your own discretion. And if you just happen to feel like, sorry, I only date amputees. Anyone with all four of their limbs just doesn't get the dick up for me. Sorry. Then you should be allowed to. Are you being a dick? Well, depends on who you're asking. If you're refusing to bang a tranny, they'll probably say you're being a dick. But
I assume you draw the line at children.
Yeah, the one experience I had with a kid in a sexual manner was not good. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see who was believing it. Fuck you guys. Yes, I do draw a line at children. Come on, what fucking? Nope, I'm cool with kid fucking. I'm totally fine with that. Jesus, my God. Anyway,
I'm gonna soundbite you saying that.
Go for it. Protect the children. And this, by the way, is why I wouldn't want to work for a fucking company. Because you just clip that,
got him.
You clip that, you send it to HR, and then boom, casino canceled. GG, we had to let casino go. We didn't feel he was an appropriate reflection of our brand. Womp, womp, womp. And that was the last stream casino ever did. No, but in all seriousness, yeah, you guys call the FBI? Oh yeah, it was arena payout. Children falls in the realm of hurting people? I agree. To be fair, there's some girls that I've hooked up with that have left me emotionally damaged, alright? They could do hurt even when you're both grown up.
Emotional damage isn't the same.
But anyway. People are... You probably could, at this point, make a supercut of, like, all the different things I've said that allude to, like, pedophilia. Like, when I said of Courtney, like, I'm dating an 8-year-old. Like, you could probably supercut some really inappropriate shit. Options on opinions on cancel culture. I mean, so... At the end of the day, you're beholden to the things you say and do in public. So, like, a perfect example is, like, there was a bakery that was like, we refuse to make cakes for gay weddings. We won't do it. Should they have the right to do that? Absolutely. If you want to be a discriminatory dickhead, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to make that cake. Should that mean that people aren't allowed to go online and be like, hey, fuck this cake place. They should go out of business because they're assholes. They are the arbiters of who does and doesn't get cake based on their sexual preferences. Okay, then yes, people should be able to go online and be like, we're canceling this this cake place. And if they go out of business because a bunch of people are like, you guys are pieces of shit. Okay. But people are stupid, and some people do your research. If you're going to be outspoken and be like, this person's a piece of shit, make sure you've done your research, because you could easily get the cancel casino thing started up and be like, right as I tuned in, the second I tuned in, the first thing he said was he was okay with fucking kids. That was it. Immediately closing my browser, and I knew, time to take this fucker down. And that's the actual issue with cancel culture, is people are like, nope, they said this is the only thing it could possibly mean. Fuck them, we're ruining their life. But really, just stop being a miserable old crudge and trying to ruin people's lives. Stop going after people. Do you not have something better to do? If someone's a dipshit, eventually they'll not be able to get places in life because they're a dipshit and people won't want to work with them. So don't be a dipshit and don't affiliate with dipshits. If someone you know is a dipshit, stop being like, yeah, but they're kind of alright sometimes. I like turtles? You damn right. But so, cancel culture, most people are stupid and don't even know what they're talking about or ranting about. But I do think people should be beholden to the court of public opinion. Multiple cases of suicide that have to do with cancel culture for saying something like 10 years ago. Yeah, well, again, that's people are stupid. I said tons of shit 10 years ago that I absolutely do not think today. Did I say it 10 years ago? Totally did. If I said it today, would it be the most horrible, shitty thing to say? Absolutely it would. But, you know, how far back do you go? Like, trying to figure out, like, what someone thinks based on what they say. Like, people change their minds. People grow as people. Sometimes we say some stupid shit. If you think you've never said some stupid shit, you're wrong or you're mute. And even then, you probably signed some stupid shit. But anyway.
That's why I've never once used my real name on any social media, thankfully.
Darwinism needs to make a comeback. Oh, it is. Did you see the influencer who was trying to prove they couldn't get coronavirus and they licked a toilet seat and then they got coronavirus? It's happening. Darwinism is inevitable. But yes.
Now do abortion.
Did someone write that? That's funny. Now do abortion?
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty straightforward on abortion. My mother is a newborn intensive care unit nurse. Abortion is pretty simple. If it's not your body, you don't get to vote. If it's growing inside of you and it's dependent on your body, it's your vote. If it's even kind of maybe old enough to potentially be its own human being, then it's two people's vote. So I forget what the cutoff is. Something like 27 weeks, like the earliest human baby has been separated from its mother and lived as an independent living being. I want to say it's like 27 weeks. So let's draw the line at like 25 weeks. And really, don't put yourself in a situation where you need a fucking abortion. Stupid. If it can be helped. If you're a rape victim or some shit happened, you didn't even realize a condom broke or whatever. Like, accidents happen. That's why it should be allowed. But try not to have abortions. They're miserable for everyone involved. But then, yeah, if someone needs an abortion and it's not you, shut the fuck up. Because it has nothing to do with you. And honestly, my least favorite, like, there's plenty of ethical reasons why you should, like, no, don't murder babies, which of course, don't murder babies. But little slimy piles of things you wouldn't even fucking recognize, don't worry about them. We have enough people. Like, no, make all the people live. 100% of all the people should live. Like, and where are they gonna go? We're so overpopulated right now. We have so many fucking people. Stop making people have people. Have you seen what it's like when people are raised by people that didn't want to be parents? It's not good. You don't want a bunch of people who are raised by parents that didn't want them. But anyway. Yeah, just don't be shitty. But yeah, whatever it is, whatever the cutoff is, go far back from that. And then yeah, the earlier the better. Some of the right-wingers think leftist women just want to go out, get fucked, and have an abortion every weekend. Well, so, yes, I agree that obviously that is an incredibly small, percentage. But the problem is, the people who think that, there are people out there. There are girls who are literally like, I'll hook up with whoever I want. If I get pregnant, I'll just get my 8th abortion. And that person is a fucking idiot and should probably just have their ovaries removed altogether. But, I was just joking about discussing religion. I don't consider this a religious discussion. Some people do. But I'll simply say this. I'm a huge proponent of separation of church and state. Despite what people want to believe about this country, and I don't know about other countries, but in this country, if you actually read the statements made by the founding fathers, like if you actually sit down and read them all, they made it very, very clear. Whatever your religion says is going to have nothing to do with how they govern the country. That's it. Yeah, oh yeah. Yep. No, people are
I think the education system needs a class on the Federalist Papers alone.
Oh yeah, the education system needs so much, so much.
Well, true, but I just mean because they've removed government and civics in a lot of schools. But I mean,
Yeah.
Even in high school, I had government and civics, but we did not even touch the Federalist Papers. I didn't read about those till I was an adult myself, and it's unbelievable the thoughts they put down in there and what they really meant when they wrote the Constitution.
Oh yeah, yep. No, this country was designed very differently than most people think it was. But donate to casino instead of abortions. I agree with that. But anyway,
I really wish people would just wise up and not use religion as an argument for modern day issues.
well, if you actually believe that it is the path to all of existence, then
Then you are a dumb person.
that's his opinion. But anyway, they shouldn't be financially responsible for children they have, even if they didn't want them. You're a turd. I think that person was joking. He was saying it's not right of lawmakers to want to force people to have children they don't want, but then not want to provide any government aid to help pay for those children also. I think that's what they were saying, but they're just trolling. No, the girl I dated before Courtney still works for the church for this day, so I'm pretty sympathetic to where people how people feel on things when they're religious. But me and her got into the occasional argument for sure. Please go back to Marvel Strike Force. I'm just gonna wrap. I'm done with Marvel Strike Force. Yeah, I'm trying to wrap up. But abortion is a purely religious topic that has nothing to do with politics. Well, it's a bit of a financial one too, but yeah, it's a lot of religion. But anyway. No, that's not what he said. Go back and reread. That's not what he said. But yeah, I think I agree with that as well, and that might be a more controversial opinion. But yeah,
Which one?
The if she wants to keep the child and the father does not, then the father shouldn't be forced to pay child support.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I don't think that the father should be able to force the mother to have an abortion or anything crazy like that. But it's like,
No.
you have to pay for this kid. Like, I didn't want that kid. I thought she said she was on birth control. I thought I wasn't having a kid. I don't want that. I didn't mean to do that. I was under the impression I was not doing that. Don't make me pay for this. This wasn't my idea. I think that's fair.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. But anyway, so I'm gonna wrap. We've talked about a bunch of fun stuff. We could talk about more politics later. But he lives in California. He's against the Second Amendment. No, I'm not. Why? I'm not. I just moved here like 6 years ago. I'm from Florida. Anyway.
I love the Second Amendment. I wish they had it in my country.
But whatever. You believe about me whatever you want. Believing things without proof. No comment. Anyway. Yeah, I live in California, Stan. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap.
Didn't you buy a gun for your brother?
Yes, I did buy a gun for my brother. Anyway. Worst stream ever? Is it? I don't even know. Probably shot an alligator every week. California isn't against the Second Amendment. We are for reasonable gun ownership. Which one is the second? Right to bear arms?
Yep. Even I know that.
Can you show us your Fantastic Four plus Namor? They are not the best team around, but they are strong. And I used them earlier in the stream, actually. I used them in Blitz, and I used them in War. But I'm going to wrap up. Seriously, I have a project that I have to do, and very little time to do it. So I'm going to get to work, but thank you guys very much for coming out. Tomorrow is a new patch, so let's all not worry so much about politics, because as I said, at the end of the day, I'm an idiot. Anything I'm talking about politics, I'm not in a position where I influence anything more than my one vote, and I try not to care. I just encourage people to not be a dick. You can trust science. Believe it or not, science does not have a political affiliation. They're not for one team or another. They're just for the betterment of human life based on things that are observable and repeatable. But yeah, so no problem. I'm happy to talk about general life ethics, but most importantly, and this is really the big one here, learn how to talk to people that disagree with you, because if you can have a conversation with someone that disagrees with you, you might learn something. There's people in chat who disagreed with me on gold, or disagreed with me on character availability, or Blitz, or whatever it is, and then we just talked about it. And then they were able to see some of my points, I was able to see some of their points, and now we both have a more enlightened idea of how we feel about things. So, at the end of the day, love thy neighbor. Your neighbor is allowed to believe things you don't. Every great idea, at some point, someone heard it and went, that's the stupidest fucking thing I ever heard. And there's always been those people, so just be open to ideas. When people first started coming out with cars, people who were riding horses were like, that's the dumbest fucking shit I ever heard. This guy thinks I'm not going to be on a horse in 10 years. What a fucking idiot. And then here we are. So, yeah, there's my final thought, is be nice to other people. Be willing to talk to other people that don't agree with you, because it might reinforce what you believe, or you might see it from an angle that you weren't originally going to see it from. And stop trying to paint me as blue or red, because I'm not a color. I'm just a person that evaluates things on an issue-to-issue basis, and I don't give a fuck which team's like, that's our idea, that's what we said, that's how we feel. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Alright, on that note, I will see you guys tomorrow for a new patch. I love you all. Be good people. Peace!